So this is something that I wish somebody would have told me, when I got thrown out into the real world. And something very important that you need to know is you shouldn't feel the need to be accepted. Don't make that a priority, and don't let unacceptance or you being misunderstood make you feel less than, or make you feel like you're not worthy to be loved. You're not worthy as a human being. Entering into the real world, entering into the job force. I lack knowledge big time. I was just going with the flow, just going with what I learned as a child, as a teen, and being mistreated at jobs really took a toll on my mind, on my confidence, on my life. It really set me back because I just didn't understand that not everybody was gonna, like me. Not everybody was gonna accept me. And sometimes you really just have to have thick skin. You really have to have that mentality of just not caring what people think about you. Right now, you need to be focusing on yourself. You need to be trying to do your best to become a better person, to become more financially stable. You need to not chase a relationship if you're not 100% ready for it. The right person will come to you when you're putting in the work, when you become the person that our creator created you to be. When you're becoming that person, you don't necessarily have to make it to the finish line, but you trying your best you'll find what you're looking for. Don't waste time. You hear how much people preach about time and how valuable it is, and that's no joke. You really need to be focused. You need to not take for granted all this information that we have at our fingertips. You can't stop learning. You have to keep your mind sharp, because there's so many distractions in this world. There's so many things that are going to be thrown your way to keep you in a negative state. It's going to keep you trapped. And the only way to see through all the BS in life is to keep your mind sharp. Seek knowledge, seek understanding. if you have so much time on your hands, that's a recipe for disaster. That's a recipe for setbacks. You, as a young person, you really need to understand how valuable time is. So use every single moment that you can to better yourself. Work hard. Especially if you're single. You don't have a family, you don't have a wife, no children. You need to take full advantage of that time and put in all the work that you can. Take up a second job, take up a third job. Consume all of your time. Because once you have a wife and you have children, it's hard. It's hard to be on your grind all day, every day. It can be done, but it does take a toll on your mind. It takes a toll on your heart too, because you're away from them. And in life, you have to make sacrifices to make it to where you want to go. And it hurts. It hurts being away from your wife, from your children. It hurts a lot. There's some days you'll feel like you're losing your mind. There's days where you feel like it's just not worth it. But that's the enemy. That's the enemy putting those negative thoughts in your head because he wants you to stop. He doesn't want you to progress. He doesn't want you to be able to have the means to provide for your family, to make sure that they're set up for life. There's many times where I felt like giving up, putting in that sacrifice of being away from family. There's many times where I felt like giving up. There's many times where I fell into overindulging in alcohol because my mind was just all over the place. But if you come to terms for why it is you're away and you are just consistently working, you really come to terms with what's important. You really start using your mind to think. You'll be at peace. You'll be at peace no matter how hard it is being away. You'll be at peace. So this is why I'm telling you guys right now that you guys don't have those responsibilities. You guys don't have people that miss you like that. Take full advantage of that. Take full advantage of it, because I know for a fact a lot of you are not ready to make a sacrifice like that, being away from your wife and children, husband and children. Some of you guys won't be ready for it. Your spouse won't be ready for it either. So getting back to being on your grind for real is going to be hard. You're just going to stay stuck. And that's what we don't want. We don't want to stay stuck. We don't want to stay stagnated. We want to keep moving forward. I know not having a family, not having people that you're providing for I know it can play a trick in your mind, such as you may not have a meaning to go hard in your life. You don't have a reason to. But I just want you to really think. I want you to really do your research and look at what's going on in the world. Look at what people are saying. Things are not the same. From when I entered the workforce, over 10 years ago, a minimum job, even at that time, was something decent. I'm talking like real minimum wage job was something that was like decent. Nowadays, a minimum wage job is practically nothing. So I'm talking from experience. I saw how things were a few years back. And I see how things are now. I see how people are struggling now. I see people that used to really I see people who were financially stable, who had good income, struggling right now. I see the people that are in control purposely causing the downfall of our society, purposely causing the downfall of our economy, purposely draining our pockets, our means to make more money, our means to grow. And things are going to keep heading in this direction. So we have to get it while the getting is good. We have to get it right now before it's too late, because we're coming into a point where it's going to be too late. And a lot of you are going to wish that you were doing the most at this very moment. Sometimes in life, you need to go through isolation. Growing up back in high school, I was a real low-key person, but at the same time, I still had a lot of people that I would hang out with. And just seeing what life was truly about, it really turned me more into an introvert. So it wasn't so hard for me to really adjust to being alone, to being in isolation. And the benefits of isolation is that it gets you closer to the source. It gets you closer to our creator. It gets you closer to divine information, so that you'll be able to know what to do at the moment when you're questioning what to do, because of that divine information. Sometimes you need to be away from even family members, your close friends, because they may have love for you, but at the same time, they're always going to see you as that person that they grew up with. They're always going to see you as that person that made all those dumb mistakes. And When they talk about reinventing yourself, I call that being born again. And that's something that you need in your life to change into that adult that you're supposed to be. Because though a lot of people may have love for you, or you may think they do, they'll keep you stagnated. They'll keep you from you wanting to grow. Because a lot of people don't want to grow. A lot of people want to stay the same. A lot of people have no idea what's going on. A lot of people are still stuck in the sauce. A lot of people are not going where you're going. You need to really discipline yourself. You need to discipline your mind. Life is not all about sex, Life is not all about seeing people like meat. And that's why I truly believe it's important to serve God. Because when you serve God, you start seeing people as a creation, created by the mighty Creator. You start seeing them as the children of that Creator. And if you ever have children, you're never going to want somebody to see your daughter as a piece of meat. You're going to want the person that comes into her life to really cherish her the way that you cherish her. Look at her the same way that you looked at her when you first laid eyes on her. Life is precious. You need to really understand how precious life is, how precious you are to the Creator. We're all different. We're not all the same. We were all created differently. He created us all different. We're all unique. So whenever you're feeling like you're being misunderstood, you're being outcasted, just know that the one that created you, the thoughts that he has about you is pure love. And you're worthy to him. And he loves you more than anybody in this world can love you. He's always watching. He's always watching you. He's always taking care of you. That's why you've made it up to this point in your life, because he's always been there for you. He's always been watching you. You could have been taken out at any moment, but he had that hedge of protection around you, and that's why you're still here. And you can't take that for granted. He expects a lot out of us. And you, as a young adult, you as the youth, you need to learn about accountability. You need to learn about how actions have consequences. And you can't always be putting the blame on people. No one in this world is without fault. We all make mistakes. Our parents made mistakes. Me as a parent, I make mistakes. I'm on a journey to break these curses, these generational curses that my lineage has been keeping. So the way that I am with my children is completely different from how I was raised. But I understand that we all make mistakes. And anything that has happened in the past, I leave it in the past. You must honor your father and your mother. If it was so toxic, if it was a nightmare, forgive them for you. Forgive them, because that's what we have to do. And if it's a relationship that just can't be reconciled, then just keep your distance. But you can't be holding hate in your heart. You can't be throwing the mistakes that your parents made. You can't be throwing that in their faces. They weren't blessed with this technology that we have to know how to become a better person. They did what they were taught. Accountability is key, my brothers, my sisters. Accountability will take you long ways. It'll keep your mind right. It's not good to be pointing the finger. You're gonna see even as an adult, the mistakes that you're gonna make. You're gonna see how you're gonna want to do the right thing, but somehow the wrong is present. You're gonna see how hard you're gonna have to fight to stay right, to do the right thing. It's not easy. This life ain't easy. So it's time. It really is time for you guys to take life serious. It's time for you to really learn life, learn what's going on, learn how to maneuver through life. Keep learning. The best teachers are even better students, and it's up to us. It's up to every single generation that passes to help the youth, teach the youth. We're all one. If one of us isn't doing good, then then we're not doing good. None of us are doing good. We have to see each other as family. We have to try to uplift each other. We have to try to help each other out. We have to help each other gain the confidence. We have to help each other rise up. We can't be pushing each other down. We can't be tearing each other down. You know, I try to be this way with people. I try to really, give them good word. Try to show them by actions, but some people just don't want to get it, and they'll see you as the enemy. Once you start showing them how genuine you are, those kind of people, you got to pray for them. Don't repay evil for evil. Don't hate them. They really don't know what they're doing. They don't have understanding. They don't understand life yet. They haven't awakened yet. You have to be patient. You have to learn to be patient. I've always been a patient person, and I believe after having my children, that made me even more patient, because there's been so many times that I've been in certain situations where if I wasn't a patient person, I would have probably thrown hands with the person. But because of the level of patience and peace that I've come into, thank God, it just became easy for me just to brush it off, to forgive. We gotta forgive. We gotta forgive, even even if you know that person truly doesn't deserve your forgiveness. None of us deserve forgiveness with some of the stuff that we've done in our lives, but we've been forgiven. God knows there's been things that I've done that I didn't deserve forgiveness for, and and because of who He is, I'm still walking on this road. I'm still seeking Him. My fire is still lit for Him. And that's important. That's very important. And overall, of everything that I've just brought out, the most important thing is to seek God, to seek His wisdom, to seek His information, to really tap in and see for yourself who God is and what He can do in your life, what He can do for you. Seek Him with the intention to find Him, with the intention to really know what this is about, with that intention. And everything will be revealed to you. Any question you have will be answered, but you have to come in with faith, with that intention. I'm telling you, that's important. That's the most important overall. So stay encouraged. Keep love in your heart. Keep your mind strong. Stay pure. Get more pure. Stay positive, fam. Stay positive. And don't forget to pray. And until the next one, salute.